Welcome, everyone, back to the HPL YouTube channel. Another presentation of the College Football HPL League here. Second game of the week in week 0. And it's actually a battle in the state of Florida. A lot of transfers to historic programs. Miami on one side and Florida on the other. A lot of transfers. You know, Carson Beck, he's a big name. And he transferred to Miami and looking to make a name for himself. Sauce coming off national championship appearance. So let's get this game started. I am DeJuan McMurray alongside Hex and Joker on the sideline. Hex, what are we looking for in this game?
We're looking for a clean, consistent battle here. No mistakes on offense. Just gotta keep it clean to win this game. It's a big, big chance for a rivalry to start. Two teams from Florida both have to deal with hurricanes. Now they both have to deal with each other.
Yep. All right, number 13 Miami, number 11 Florida coming right up for the Battle of Florida. And we also mentioned Florida does have a new head coach. Pablo won the Natty with them, took the Texas Tech job. And here's Pico Gator at Florida looking to give some momentum.
He's looking to keep that same energy that, Pablo Escobar had here in Florida. A big seat to fill, especially with how big Pablo is. Just gotta fill that seat.
All right, as you see, Bert Auburn kicked it away. We are underway here in Miami as Florida will start with the ball first at the 25-yard line. So DJ Lagway, I should say, is a sophomore now, I believe.
I do believe so.
Yeah. He will be stepping onto the field as the starter for this year's Florida team. And you see they line up in a bunch set to open up the game here.
Dropping back, it's Lagway.
3-man rush against Lagway. He's looking around. He's going to playmaker, and he gets hit as he throws incomplete. And brings up a second down 10.
Interesting look already coming out in 3-man rush. It's just maybe knowing the guy's going to pass more than run it, but not something you usually see, especially with 5 seconds played in the first quarter.
Yeah, he tried to playmaker Mizell up, and he just got hit. So, second down and 10. Miami has 5 men along the line of scrimmage. They still line up in that bunch set. Lagway, RPO, Wilson has a lot of open space. Past midfield, still rumbling. Down inside the 35-yard line. Gain of 42 yards right there.
Just getting the ball into the playmaking abilities of Eugene Wilson, and he, out of the backfield gets really, not out of the backfield, out of that little screen RPO, and just made a play there, especially with his receiver friends blocking for him.
First and 10 here, Lagway. Quick little zig route to Sturdivant. And he get 9 yards right there. Miami sent the blitz, almost got home, but Lagway barely got it off.
Yeah, he got hit as he threw. Can't take too many of those. Can't.
Miami's now stacking the box here.
PJ.
I know. It's my bad. All right, second down and 1 now. Lagway looking for his tight end, and he does have the first down.
Miami's being really aggressive here. Past couple times they've come out in heavy sets and blitzing. They're trying to make DJ throw quick, make quick throws, and Florida's doing a good job.
First and 10 from the 21-yard line here. He will hand it off to Baugh, the big running back, and he has a huge hole, and he's going to score. Touchdown Gators from 21 yards out. And a strong opening start.
Explosive plays are going to be big for us.
It's like they brought the goal line back out and just found a hole and took it to the house.
Opening drive of the game. That just shows you
the PAT is up and through.
Locked in and in tune and on the same page early.
And they did tack on the extra point.
And that was a 5-play drive for this Gators offense.
Let's see how that goes.
And that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
Kick is away now, and it is going to be in the hands of Carr. Kick is going to come out to the 25-yard line.
Now, how does Miami respond? Do they go aggressive? Do they just sit back and run their own type of offense?
And remember, Miami was really well known for the Wildcat, and they enforced a rule where you only get 5 per game. So how will this Miami offense operate with that new rule set? You see Carson Beck, the Georgia transfer, stepping on the field first play. Going to hand it off to Mark Fletcher. I believe a junior now for this Miami team.
He only got back to the line of scrimmage. You know, Florida did a really good job. Safeties were down and kind of pinched there, and they just contained that run really well.
Yep, as we're now on a 2nd down and 10.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass. It's back.
Carson Beck looking around, finds his tight end. Ballman rumbling down to the 41-yard line. First down for the Canes. They're going to hurry this up.
And the Canes headed quickly to the line. From the gun.
They will hand it off to Fletcher. He's going to cut to the outside, and he's going to get 4 yards right there. And yeah, Miami's just going hurry up. They're trying something new here.
Trying to catch Florida off guard, and
they jump. False start. Miami's going back 5. Make it 2nd down and 11.
Just trying to play a little tempo, catch Florida on their back foot, maybe make them a little bit tired, but just an unforced error there. If you're the head coach, you have to be screaming at that right side of the line.
What it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important.
First down and 10. Miami comes out in an empty set here. 4-man rush. Beck backing up. Hit as he throws. It's going to be incomplete. 3rd down coming up now.
Yeah, it looked like Florida maybe brought out a little bit of a stunt there and just kind of confused the offensive line and really got pressure there.
This Florida pass rush really trying to.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40.
Be strong here. 3rd down and 11.
From the gun, wants to pass.
Beck will throw it over the middle. It is caught.
That'll be enough for the
first down.
They stop him at the 43-yard line.
And they're going to hurry it up.
And the Canes come to the line with a new set
Just a
of downs.
good throw by Beck, putting it in the window where the receiver can only get it. What can you do here now?
They rush 4. Beck hits his tight end, Alex Bauman, for a gain of 7 to make it 2nd down and 3 now.
Nice job there picking up the first down.
That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire playbook. And it just makes life so
It's a slow, methodical drive here from Miami. They're keeping it calm. Sure, they had that mistake on the right side of the line, but so far it's just been slow and steady.
It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
Handoff, Fletcher. Ooh, nice cut. It's 9 right there.
Just moving those chains.
First down.
Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee.
Fletcher just keeping it smooth out of the backfield. Was going to go to his left. Saw there was no hole, but one opened up in the middle, took it and shot up for I believe about a gain of 11 or so.
The Canes kept this drive moving on
And
the ground,
Florida
back to work.
looks like they're showing blitz. Back off a little bit. They're in a motion to tight end. Just a too tight look, it looks like.
They'll give it to him again.
Toss to Fletcher. He's going to get to the outside, and he's going to get cut down, but he does have enough for the first down. Gain of 12 yards right there.
I think throughout the week in
Florida,
practice, when they were game planning,
yeah, Florida may not believe they can slow this running back down, so, you know, maybe just trying to hit his legs, get him to, you know, get him a little hurt, maybe make Miami bring in a new guy. That wear and tear.
First down and 10 now. Miami has gone 64 yards on this drive so far, and they are in a too tight look again. They will hand it to the second string running back, Lyle, up the middle, only going to get 2 yards right there. Second down and 8.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Second down and 8 on the 12-yard line.
We're in a pretty heavy, defensive set.
Here comes Fletcher, straight ahead, up the middle, and he is into the end zone. And the Canes get on the board. Mark Fletcher
The offense goes as he does. So really
hit the hole, and he just hit the house.
Miami, they're just with a smooth, slow, methodical drive, It's like I always say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And that's all Miami just needed to do there. How you limit the mistakes. That's how you win football games.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
And Bert Auburn, the Texas transfer, kicks it away into the end zone for a touchback. And Florida will start their next drive of the game.
A little ironic that a kicker named Auburn came from Texas. You'd think he would have come from, he transferred out of Auburn, but
they'll put this one in play first snap of the drive.
Miami showing blitz here. They're going to motion the tight end here. And here goes RPO. Jackson gets to the outside, still running, and he's going to get to the 46-yard line. Gain of 21.
To take him down, the big man out of the backfield.
Yeah, one person, he tried to dive and he missed.
The Gators, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they
First
can
and
do it
10
again.
for Florida.
The clock winding down.
Lagway,
made.
3-man rush.
Quickly to the tight
He will
end.
his tight end on a zig, I believe, for a gain of 6 yards right there to make it second down and 4.
Confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly.
Lagway just unbothered in that pocket. You have to wonder if this 3-man rush is really working out. They've tried it at least 2 times now, and both times just has left Lagway with an easy throw to make.
And that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Florida and Miami tied here. 7-7 after 1. As we open up the second quarter, you see Florida now over 100 yards of total offense.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Off the bootleg.
Blitz coming. Lagway gets ripped down behind the line of scrimmage. Ethan O'Connor jumped on him and pulled him down.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play.
And that's what you have to do, bring pressure. We've seen it, multiple times where, even a 4-man rush has done nothing to, phase this, Florida line. And it's just left Lagway to make simple and easy, clean throws. But, when you bring pressure, you see it's big things.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive.
Third down and 10. Miami again showing blitz.
Crowd going crazy here. It's hard for his receivers to hear
Listen
him.
to that roar. Lagway hit as he throws. It is incomplete, and it is 4th and 10. And you have to punt the ball, yes.
Defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow. Allowed a touchdown on the opening
He was about 5 yards away. He could have
settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion.
Joseph with some fair catch in Miami. The defense forces a critical 3 and out. And they will start with the ball on the 21-yard line.
Just can't have that if you're Florida, It was a clean drive to start off, but then it just stalled out. They didn't even make it to the red zone, and, you have to wonder, is this going to be signs of things to come?
Miami jumped again. They got to go back 5.
I was going to bring it up. That punt was only, I believe, 24-ish yards. Not something you usually want to see, but, that jump start helps out Florida. Puts them in a tougher situation.
To the air. It's back.
Beck 4-man rush. He will dump it off to Mark Fletcher. And Fletcher rumbles down to the 34.
It just took him one play to get pretty much all of that back. Left the running back wide open on the flat. You just can't have that. This is going to be one of the big playmakers for Miami this year.
Version from 2023. At the end of that season, after winning the Orange Bowl, a lot of people thought Carson Beck would end up being the first pick of the NFL draft. 2024 was a bit more up and down. They need him to play well each and every week. He's playing, remember, behind Cam Ward. He's got a very, very big shoes to fill, but no doubt
Fletcher's going to cut it back. Going to get 7 right there. He's now hit the 44-yard mark so far. 2nd down and short now for Miami.
It makes play calling easy. Every single call on that
Miami's shown it really well. Aside from the first rush from Fletcher, he's been pretty efficient on the ground, just finding holes where they open and pounding that rock.
Yep, they line up in the pistol. Fletcher is going to get met immediately, ran right into the heart of that Florida defense. Caleb Banks brought him down, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Florida, they're just, any opportunity for a gap to open, they closed it quick. They're starting to understand, and this might have to be something they make a little bit more adjustments to at halftime, is stopping this, short game from Miami. It's been the strongest part of their offense.
3rd down and 3 for Miami.
They'll try to get it through the air.
Beck dumps it off on the screen. Fletcher makes a man miss, and he has a 1st down, and he is injured apparently, but he gets up normally like nothing happened.
This is what I was talking about earlier, this wear and tear. He's not been taken out once in this game, so he's going to get a little banged up. He's going to get a little hurt. Something you can't have is, your star guys getting hurt. You have to share the rock a little bit, especially in these grit and grind positions like running back. And, you got to hope and pray that he isn't out for the rest of the game.
And the Canes are moving quickly down the field.
So we are now on a 1st down and 10. Florida looks like they're showing blitz. Lyle's going to be able to cut it to the left, and he is going to get 4. The 49-yard line to make it 2nd and 6 now. And you see on the injury report, Mark Fletcher has a injured foot, so he will return soon.
But now, if you're Florida, you have to wonder, this is something to target. If this run game is still giving you fits, start to target that ankle and foot a little bit, make them a little bit, uncomfortable there.
Gets it inside the 10.
Tight end. first down to the 38-yard line.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has
Miami just going for it on the short game with the drags, the dump downs, the runs.
Nice play.
You know, Miami doesn't need to do any risk and just throw a deep ball here when everything short is wide open.
The Canes getting set on 1st and 10.
So you see, they have a two-back look here on 1st down and 10. Lyle will motion out. Here comes the rush. Beck in trouble, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Tyreek Sapp.
We see it there again, another stunt, just confusing this Miami offensive line. You know, he was left pretty much unblocked. That guard just couldn't pick him up. The running back, I believe, went out, and, you know, you saw Beck, no speed, no nothing back there, just sacked.
2nd down, he'll throw it.
2nd and 20. Heat on Beck again, and he has to get rid of it.
As we've seen on this, you know, drive, and becoming a little bit of a trend, this offensive line struggling to pick up some of these Florida, you know, big defenders, and Beck, you know, not the most mobile or, you know, agile, so he's not going to be able to roll out like maybe DJ Lagway can, and it's just putting Miami in a tough situation.
And I believe that you need to get 10 yards in order to be able to go for this. 3rd down and 20. If your Miami 2 plays is your best bet. Beck against 3. He is going to throw it into traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Florida defense gets a takeaway.
I mean, Beck was just unpressured there. No, you know, it was an unforced error. He just threw it near 4 defenders, and I believe Beck just missed his throw altogether. You know, the receiver, I don't think, was anywhere close. And, you know, the thing I was talking about at the beginning of this game, mistakes. You know, as you could see there, it just wasn't pressured. Sure, one guy broke free, but there was nothing doing.
But the Florida defense, they do have the ball back. They did drop 8 into coverage there, knowing Sauce will try to get it all in one play.
Comes from the 22. Looking for a man. It's Lagway.
Lagway will start the drive with the check down to the running back, but he gets lit up, and he drops the ball. Aguirre with the big hit to force the ball out.
As you just see that, you know, Mike linebacker playing the middle of the field really well, checking his, you know, routes and his reads, and read it well on that little halfback, you know, dump out. Just played it well.
2nd down and 10. They line up in that bunch set again. Here comes the RPO. Lagway gets it off. He has a lot of space to run, and he rumbles into Miami territory to the 44, and we will get to the 2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter.
That's I believe the 2nd time that play's worked out for Florida. The 1st time to Eugene Wilson, the 2nd time to number 9. I'm going to try and pronounce his last name.
It's like Sturvin or something.
Yeah, and both times he's been really successful.
Let's see, 1st and 10 from the 44 now.
Lagway looking over to the sideline.
3 receivers on the left side, running back to the left of Lagway.
Wants to throw on 1st down.
Lagway
He's gonna fire deep.
has the tight end wide open. It's Jackson, and he rumbles down to the 8.
Yeah, just busted coverage over the middle. Looked like maybe a cover 2 or cover 3, and, you know, just exploited it over the middle. What you have to do, Lagway with a beautiful ball.
They have completely flipped the field.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10.
You see Miami stacking the box here, showing blitz. 4 on the play clock. They will hand it off. He is wrapped up immediately and tackled for a loss.
Yeah, it just looked like a little RPO from Florida, and it looked like it was, you know, going to be that same screen concept we're used to seeing, but it was played well by the safety 0 from Miami, and, you know, so all you can do is just hand it off, but off the edge, and just pressure there.
2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. Lagway snaps it, throws it to the flat. Jackson only going to get 4 yards right there.
If you're Florida here, you don't need to, score 6, even though that is the best case scenario. Getting 3, is all you should need, as I believe. No, I don't believe they get the ball back, but, you can't turn it over and let Miami get a chance to go up 2 scores here.
3rd and goal. Again, Miami showing blitz.
Running to the left.
They will hand it off, and he is going to be met. Ran right into the heart of that Miami defense, and it looks like Miami is held the Florida offense to 3.
They brought in that goal line big back we saw in the first drive where they scored 7, but this time just wasn't a hole for him.
And we see, and he hooks it wide left. And field goals are a lot harder to make in this game now, so Cosley drove all the way and missed it. That's rough. To Miami.
Miami crowd just too loud, and the Florida kicker and the holder just couldn't hear anything, and maybe a little bit off timing, and again just an error. Can't have that.
Just remember, once this half is over, we will go down to the sidelines and get an update from Joker and ask him some questions before the second half begins, as we see Beck had to throw it away. Too much pressure.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect
I believe it was, not to open the hand of Florida, but again, it was just another stump there. They've used those well, and Miami's offensive line is just having fits with it. They're not picking up the guys on it. They're just getting confused, and Beck is getting hit. As quarterback, you can't take too many of those before you get a little rattled.
Yep, as we see quick check down to Fletcher, but he gets met immediately, and I think Miami called a timeout right there.
Well, the defense was ready coming into this one for this running back.
Florida, okay, so Florida uses their first timeout, looking to get the ball back here.
As soon as he caught the ball, he went down for loss of yards.
It's a short sample size, but it looks like Florida has played this short game really well from Miami. The run's not been open, bringing pressure to Beck, and then, right there playing that flat out from the halfback. Just adjustments being made. What you love to see.
Florida still has 2 timeouts left, trying to get the ball back. 3rd and 10. Here comes the pressure. Beck over the middle, and he threw a hospital ball, and it is immediately broken up. And the Florida defense forces a 3 and out.
We've seen Ballman have some pretty easy, reads and drag routes, maybe a couple curls, and right there he was just given a jump ball and got hit.
Yep, as we see on the punt return, Florida has the ball back.
For Florida, you had a really good drive. You just, obviously stalled out getting to that goal line and red zone situation, but you're missing the kick. You get a second chance here at life. What can you do with it?
See what he does. Hand off Daniels. Gonna get brought down by Bissane. I don't even know his name, but it is now 2nd down and 8 now for Miami.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's
Lagway. Hit as he throws, it's incomplete.
So I think Miami's been doing a pretty good job of bringing pressure, to DJ Lagway, but Lagway a little bit more, mobile and able to roll out there. He thought he had a guy open, just got hit as he threw and changed the trajectory of that pass.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd
and 8 here.
From the gun, wants to pass.
Lagway, here comes the pressure. Gets it off.
It's ball.
Running back tries to stiff arm, but then gets brought down by a second guy. 4th down. I think if you're Florida, you're going for this.
Yeah, he can go for it, but
Miami has no timeouts either.
I also do believe that actually, no, don't believe the kicker to be in range. Might be a bit tough kick. Not sure if the guy has the leg for it.
It is possible to make 60-yard field goals in this game.
Just not sure if the Florida kicker has that type of leg.
Fourth and 2. Florida's got to get it. Lagway gonna throw. Caught. Daniels breaks a tackle. And he rumbles down inside the 30. Florida now has 1 timeout left.
I mean, no, if you're Miami, you have to be sick to your stomach. You had it read like a book. You know, if you're the coach, you just have to be mad at Scott.
Wait a minute.
You know.
Hold on. 14 seconds left. What is... Okay, there is no accelerated clock. I thought there was. Just didn't call timeout. 9 seconds left. Lagway throws it to the corner. Jackson catches it.
Gotta call
inside
the
the 5.
Now if you're Florida, do you take the 3? Do you go for the shot on the end zone? You know, believe Miami does get the ball back here at half. So what's the idea here?
We will see here. 4 seconds left, and I think Florida is going to go for the end zone.
The offense staying out there. Now, I mean, if they make a quick throw and, you know, it's incomplete or out of bounds, maybe they have, you know, a second to do something, but, you know, let's go big or go home here.
Oh, Miami has like 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. Here we go. 1 play to see if Florida will take the lead.
You know, behind left on play clock.
Lagway down to 3, throws a pick right to Aguirre. It's intercepted, and that was really costly. Could have went up 3, but instead played it risky. And Miami, the defense holds strong here.
Yeah, just made the wrong read and threw it into double coverage.
Is after half 7-7. We're gonna go down the sidelines. Joker, what are you going to be expecting to see in the second half?
I mean, I think just a little bit better play calling, you know, for both sides. I think it was clear for me if I was Florida just to take our 3 in that situation. I think both times you had opportunities to kind of execute and still a few more points on the board. Just didn't do that, especially because you don't get the ball at half. If you got the ball at half, I'd be more understanding of going for it, but didn't get the ball at half there. I definitely would have taken my 3.
Well said. Thank you, Joker. As we can see, looking at the top 5, we can see Penn State did lose to Oklahoma at home, and Clemson did start the year out with a win. We see tight end goes in motion. And off Fletcher. I think he had a hole in the left, but instead he runs for 8 yards to make it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Fletcher's been the big guy here for Miami. You know, when we saw he took a 2 or 3 play off that drive with that foot, his foot injury, kind of saw that Miami wasn't really productive, couldn't do a lot. But first play he's back, gets the ball, and instantly 8 yards. Have to wonder.
2nd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Gonna hand it off to Lyle. Lyle makes 2 men miss and only fights for 2.
Yeah, and as you can see there, it's just, take Fletcher out and give it to Lyle.
Oh, and as you're seeing, I think Sauce is coming out Wildcat.
Oh,
here comes Mark Fletcher, the first Wildcat of the ball game of 5. Here we go. What will he do? 3rd and 1. Fletcher straight ahead, and he is short. Now, does he use his 2nd Wildcat, or does he save it?
If you do get 5, if I'm not mistaken, the rule also says I do believe you can go for it in this situation, as they are going goal line.
4th and inches. Florida looking for a stand. Quarterback sneak, and
doing it.
He is driven back.
That's a gutsy call.
Jamari Lyons fought through the Miami offensive line, and he got to Beck and stopped him short of the line. And Florida has excellent field position to open up the third quarter.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of that for Miami. Obviously, when you're on defense, you can see the play call. And if you see someone on 4th and inches come out and goal line, no offense, it's a little bit obvious that it's either a QB sneak or, maybe a fullback dive up the middle. So clog up that front, and they clogged it up well. And, just the big body defenders of Florida, coming down with it.
I mean, that would have been a first down if the tush push was in the game.
Just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in
all right,
space.
2nd down and 8. Miami has 6 along the line of scrimmage.
Scanning the field, it's
Lagway. Man on him, but the tight end does actually catch it. Throws it right over the defender. He leaps up and gets the ball.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's
Lagway kind of put it in that
first down.
Just put it in that pocket where, maybe his tight end can only get it 24. Maybe didn't have the reach or jump to get that. Just a good ball from Lagway.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 17. Place is getting loud here. Lagway off play action. He will roll to his right. He is going to scramble. Lagway rumbling down to the 1. And this sophomore quarterback making an impact on this Florida offense.
First time I think we've seen Lagway, roll out with his legs and kind of scramble for some yards. It's a big one too. First down 10, maybe a little bit more. Thought he could get to the end zone. He's, a bigger quarterback, almost kind of like Cam Newton is what he reminds me of. And just, just a little bit short of the end zone.
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal.
So Lagway on the goal line. 1st and goal from the 1. RPO. And he gets in. Gets flipped over, but he does cross the goal line, and he does get in. Tank Hawkins from a yard out gives Florida the lead here.
The big Florida play that we've seen, countless times in this game, that RPO screen bubble, it just works out well. They get it there on the end zone, the corner bit, and obviously the touchdown.
15 teams. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley.
Smack will kick it away, and Carter will call for the fair catch. And Miami will try to respond, tie the game back up potentially. We will see what happens.
Miami just needs to figure out, a way to get some offensive yards that isn't out of number 4 in the backfield. Beck a good passer, but it seems like his only target's been Fletcher.
Yep, as we see Fletcher gets a yard, 10 attempts, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated.
Florida did a good job of just containing that run, not allowing any gaps to fill, and that's kind of been the key to stopping Fletcher, to stop any gaps, because he's been able to cut back, especially if, it's to his left.
Beck, double coverage right to the defender, and it's picked off by Johnson. He's going to run it to the right. Johnson makes a man fall, still running down inside the 25 to the 20-yard line. Florida has a chance to pull away.
Yeah, Beck just, I think it was going to be that deep cross over the middle, safety playing high. I believe that would have been a cover 3 and just overthrew it, missed him. Don't believe Beck clean pocket too, and just, can't make that. You can't make that error if you're Miami. And, now we're seeing why Beck may have left Georgia. Just wanted to prove something, and he's proven that he's nothing.
Let's see. Up the middle, straight ahead. The big running back rumbling to the 5. They're going to hurry it up here. Lagway RPO, and he read that perfectly. Hawkins gets tripped up by Scott.
Yeah, when you see that formation, you know, it's been pretty typical out of Florida to run that sort of play, and Miami's kind of picked up on the key and, you know, able to jump that. I do believe they still got a gain of 1, maybe 2 on that.
It's okay to make the catch. Just got to make sure you get the ball carrier down in the field.
Can the defense stop them again on
2nd down and goal. Miami showing blitz here.
Back to pass.
Lagway to the tight end. Caught it! Jackson, touchdown! And Florida extends the lead.
Quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position.
Yeah, Florida just capitalizing on the mistake from Miami. And Miami, there on that goal line situation, decided to be heavy, bring a blitz. But Florida caught it well, was able to, you know, keep a couple guys in pass pro and just had a guy open.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on.
So Florida has a 21-7 lead here. As we see Carr will call for the fair catch, and this ball will come out.
Now if you're Miami, you have to start being a little bit of aggressive here, you know. Florida's caught on to that short game. You tried the deep game, you know, and you just made an error. You have to get back in this game, keep his mind composed.
Beck going deep. Oh my goodness, he is wide open. Joseph is going to score. 75 yards in one play. Miami responds.
That's how you respond, if anything. Beck, that's the first deep pass over 20 yards he's completed to his own team. And it's a big one. You know, you give Beck time to, you know, throw the ball. You create some kind of, you know, concept, and it just leaves a guy wide open. Miami has needed more of that. You know, they have to keep doing that if they want to get back in this game.
Yes, as we see it is 21-14 now.
This game is far from over. As we see this young backfield for Florida, you know, it could be the future of, you know, Florida Gator football, and maybe even the SEC conference football.
They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive.
1st and 10 for Florida.
Lagway talking it over with the sideline.
Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Baugh tried to juke a man, but he got tackled as we have an injury on the field.
And it looks like a big one. I'd be worried. I don't know if that's one of the, you know, Miami's big key playmakers. You know, maybe he's just a freshman who's getting some playing time, you know, but it looks like he might be hurt for a decent while.
The Gators can really attack on this
1 minute and 17 seconds in the third.
Looking to fire.
Lagway, quick slant. Oh, and I think that was batted down. That was, he either dropped it or a defender just dove and swatted it away. One of the two.
I believe he just dropped it.
Yeah, he dropped it.
You can't drop that. You know, Miami brought the pressure. It was a backside slant. He was, you know, wide open. You just can't drop that ball. That's how you lose your coach's trust and even the quarterback's trust. He'll want to make that back up.
3rd down and 3 for Lagway. He throws the RPO. Wilson short by a yard, and he is injured. His leg.
That
is bad.
In pain.
But if, as you see on the thing, his seasonal health is green, but his career, not good.
Well, you know.
Are you allowed to go for it here?
You are allowed to go for it. It's 4th and 1. You may.
But you know that, you know, the career health, he's a sophomore, so he's done it for, you know, about a season now, so he's going to be a little banged up. About, you know, you'd only be worried if he was a freshman, but
I'm not sure
should be
4th and 1. RPO. Hawkins has a lot of green grass. Inside the 30. Jukes a man. He's going to go. One man chasing him. He's going to juke inside down to the 5-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Tank Hawkins with a huge play.
It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be
And Miami's had no answer.
Goodness.
Just no answer for this bubble screen that Florida keeps pulling out of their bag. You know, the same concept. Fake it to the running back. Dump it out to that, receiver. And let the receiver make the play. And made a play, he did.
Defense in press coverage.
Lagway checking what he wants to do. 1st and 10. Up the middle. Ball. Loses the football. Miami recovers the football on the goal line. Aguirre knocks it out.
And the red flag coming out of the sock here. Shades
Florida
of Bill
will challenge
Belichick.
it. And the Miami fans are cheering. Let's see what the call is. Miami has the football. What a defensive stand for the Hurricanes. And they have a chance to go 98 yards and tie this game.
Just a big hit towards the legs. Bond just couldn't hold on to it. The ball flew, but now Miami is in a really tough situation. Act on their own line.
Fletcher from his own 2 cuts it back. He's only going to get 7 to the 9-yard line. That was a really huge. I mean, the momentum change, it's insane.
Yeah, that big shot from Beck, just kind of talking a little bit of shit to Carson Beck, and he just came out, threw a ball, and now the momentum on Miami's side. What can they do? Can they, land a knockout punch, get back into this fight?
And the Canes with a 2nd and short to keep
well, 2nd down and 3 now. They will snap it. Fletcher up the middle, and he has enough for the 1st down. You see there is an injury. Inez Cooper, bruised ribs. He will be on the field soon.
Yeah, and you have to be a little bit concerned about the Miami health so far. You've seen a couple players, on offense and defense, maybe a little more than what you would like to see. Sure, no season or, week-ending injuries, but just a couple minor things. It is football. They're going to get beat and, bruised up a little bit, but the rate I'm seeing it for this football team in Miami, not something I'd be, too safe about.
Yep. As that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Florida up 7 here, but Miami does have the ball back. In a minute, we will talk about our Week 1 game of the weeks after this play is over.
Looking to throw, it's Beck.
They rush forward. Beck's going to roll right. Still looking. He's going to take off and run, and that was a risky play. 2nd down and 5, and Miami is going to go hurry up here.
Yeah, Beck just had nothing on that, his right side, just the way he rolled out, so kind of was forced to kind of step up and take a little bit of a run. Not something we're used to seeing in Beck. We saw it a couple times in Georgia, but just not something Beck is known for.
2nd down, they'll go to the air.
Beck, 4. Heat in his face. Oh, it's caught. It went right through the defender's hands.
And there goes Cooper again.
What a grab. Keelan Marion.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone.
It just went right through the defender's hands. I mean, if you're Picola, you got to be fired up after that one. That should have been intercepted. 1,000%.
Yeah, Beck just, let's get it out of the way. It's a bad throw. It's a bad read, but low-key bailed out just by the pure lack of talent. And what are we seeing here? Is this Wildcat again?
Little option. Chadwick, the 2nd-string quarterback. Oh, he got hit hard.
And he's feeling it. Cooper,
all right, now, I was going to talk about our Week 1 game. So, the first game, Tennessee versus Syracuse, McCard and Jackson returning after being at Ole Miss for a few seasons. And you got Clemson, Hail State, previously at Mississippi State. And Ole Miss has a new head coach, Ecos Saint. They will be playing.
I do not believe so. I believe he is out of the league.
Kansas and Michigan is the last game of the week. So, 3 game of the weeks for week 1.
Wants to go up top.
Beck here.
Showing the arm straight down.
Going downfield. Marion has it, and he's gone. Miami scores. They're a point away from tying the game.
No, if you're Florida,
and this receiver's been everywhere.
If you're Florida, you have to be sick to your stomach. You know, you feel like you should have had, you know, the interceptions on the last pass from Carson Beck, but, you know, just nothing doing, and then
almost blocked the kick, but it goes through. And after Miami being down 21-7, their defense steps up, forces a fumble on the 2, and they drive 98 yards to tie this game.
Yeah, and Carson Beck kind of showing the arm a little bit for the the couple attempts, kind of making people shut up. But now this is time. Can your defense get a stop? Kind of throw this Florida team out. You're at home. What can you do here?
First down and 10, Florida. And again, they start with an RPO to Eugene Wilson. His leg, I mean, it's really affecting him a little bit.
Yeah,
Will Florida sub him out? I mean, with the new things, I mean, you don't really have to pause the game, but... Oh, yeah, slot receiver. Okay, so it's different then.
Do you believe you could also just do that on the one screen, too?
Yeah, you can do that pre-snap.
But... maybe he wants to make sure a certain guy wants to get some.
Yeah, because sometimes pre-snap won't just always... Pre-snap won't always just sub your guy out. It only sub him out for just like that one specific
It will
formation.
Well, no, you can do it when you're... It will do it for all.
It's like if you sub a running back out in gun, the running back you subbed out will be in pistol. So it only does it for one formation.
Unless it's a...
Injury.
Like a third down.
Oh, yeah, third down. I forgot about that.
The power, I think that's in the game.
Anyway, second down and 4. Lagway throws the drag. Mizell makes a man miss. And he gets it to midfield. Lagway over 300 yards passing now. Is he having a game?
Just, pretty efficient. Has made... I think he threw a pick. Maybe no, he did, but it was the one at the end of the half. So not really counting. Pretty efficient. Big arm, been able to roll out, make some plays. This isn't on Lagway.
Let's see, handoff, ball up the middle, straight ahead, muscling his way to the 34.
Yeah, Jaden Baugh just getting downhill really effectively. You have to be a little bit scared because he was the one who made the fumble on the goal line, but making it up there.
Paying the favor right now to this coaching staff as well. And doesn't it just seem like he's running with a little bit more juice? He looks like he's ticked off.
Lagway talking to the sideline. To be wondering what they're thinking in this Florida offense.
RPO, Mizell, Miami was all over it. They sniffed it out this time.
Yeah, the receivers that time just didn't really block. They kind of was maybe trying to create a decoy. And, sure, it wasn't a total stop. Still got 3, but hasn't been as explosive as we have seen in this game.
Florida's really been using the RPO game here in this game. You see handoff, Baugh straight ahead into the secondary. Fighting defenders, and he gets it to the 20. And we are under 3 minutes to play, approaching the 2-minute warning now.
The question is, if you're, Florida, you're in your territory. What do you kind of chew the clock? Do you play aggressive, just throw the ball, get that touchdown, and let your defense play? What's going to be the philosophy for this Florida team?
Final play before the 2-minute warning. Jackson will get stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Whistle blows, clock stopped, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one.
Now, the last thing you want if you're Florida is to make a mistake, you know, miss a field goal again, something that would cost you getting points.
Back to throw, it's Lagway.
Final 2 minutes. Lagway throws it to the running back. Daniels caught. First and goal, Florida. KD Daniels, the true freshman.
A great job by the QB.
Yeah, we've seen, you know, not seen a lot out of him. You know, it's usually been Bond, you know, with the runs. I believe Daniels might be a little bit more, you know, of a receiving kind of guy. You know, so it's good to see him get some reps.
1:46 left. Miami shifting their D-line around a little bit. Florida's just letting this clock drain. Toss. Jackson pulled down behind the line. Miami's going to call timeout number 1 here. You see 81 rushing yards on the ground compared to Miami's 67.
Yeah, and Florida's offense is, you know, I believe we've seen them a little bit more. They've just been more, you know, offensively powered. You know, Lagway, you know, big arm guy. He's made big throws, you know, let the running backs do their thing. We saw with Miami, if it's, you know, the running game, if it's not been, you know, number 4 out of the backfield.
RPO, Jackson to the end zone, he's in! And the Gators are in control.
Love the play call, love the execution.
Just a good little RPO on the flat there, you know. Looked like they were preparing for the read or maybe, you know, the running back, but the tight end just gets wide open and free.
And he knocked that one right down the middle.
And with 1:27 remaining, Florida has a 7-point lead. What will Miami do?
You know, is Miami going to be what we've seen, you know, be pretty, you know, heavy with a deep pass, or are they going to try and do, you know, go back to old reliable?
Drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Minute 27. What does Sauce have in this Miami team?
Dropping back, it's back.
4-man rush. Here comes the pressure. Dumps it to the tight end. He cuts it upfield. Gets 9.5 yards right there. Alex Bauman.
25 there, you know, kind of saw the pass late, just missed the tackle.
Hey, but it's a good play. I mean, you want to just cut it up north and just get as many yards as you can.
Yeah, the big thing is he also got out of bounds, so obviously the clock's not going to be rolling. You know, gives, you know, less pressure on the quarterback as they're out here and empty.
Bunch set on the right, 2 receivers on the left.
Back to pass.
Quick out. Lyle, second string running back. Gets it out of bounds, but he gets it to the 50. You know, that's a nice hustle play. That's 15 yards right there.
Yeah, just a good little concept. It looked like Zero was going to go on a, you know, corner, and, you know, Lyle, too, going on that, you know, quick out. It worked well. They got out of bounds. Clock isn't rolling. You know, they've got time. You know, no pressure.
1:17 remaining here.
Looking to throw on first down.
Carson Beck, quick out, tight end. And an injury on the Florida side of things will stop the clock.
And it, as you can see, he's not coming back in this game. Don't know if he's a big, you know, time guy or maybe just, you know, he is a senior, so I would assume he is maybe 1 or 2 on that depth chart. So it could be a big injury.
But Miami does basically get a free timeout. They still have 3 left in their pocket. 1:14 remaining.
I have to wonder if maybe it's a little bit of colluding from
now
that player.
They drop 3. Beck throws it to Lyle, and they're going to hurry it up. They're trying to save the timeouts, and they're at the 41 as we are getting to the 1-minute threshold.
Yeah, if they get the first down, the clock stops until they get set and come out of the huddle. So, you know, in my eyes, they're thinking maybe don't worry about it so much. Or just do that and get out of bounds.
Go out of bounds, yep. Hits the running back Lyle. That's the second time the Florida defense has let that slip through.
situation like this,
Florida's going to have to make some adjustments, to prepare for that. And, Miami doing a really good job clock management here. Just, being slow, smooth, and methodical.
51 seconds. We are now under a minute to play. Miami needs 34 yards to potentially tie the game or go for 2 and try to win the game.
To the air on first down.
They send 3. Beck in trouble's got to throw it away. And he barely does.
And
there's another injury.
Lineman.
Well, quarterback off target on that.
A lot of injuries on this field.
Yeah, have to wonder, it's the first game of the season, so these guys are going to get beaten, banged up. But, at the rate we're seeing it, you have to wonder, is it, concerning for both sides? As they come back out and empty.
46 seconds left. What will Florida try to do?
Looking to fire.
Beck's going for the end zone. He has a man. Caught it. Touchdown.
Just another play where it is broken coverage by those safeties, and Beck delivers a beautiful ball for the end zone.
What a play call. The guts for Sauce. Just saw a man open, saw the seam route. And Miami will just settle for the field goal. They will not try to go for 2 and try to take the lead.
As we're seeing Carson Beck, as you can see, those abilities, one being Heisman, but he, on that ball, really looked like a Heisman candidate there.
And we see the PAT is up and through 7 plays, 76 yards. Ice in Carson Beck's veins right now.
Now it's time. Florida still has a good amount of time. Sure, only one timeout. That challenge flag, in my opinion, I believe was unnecessary for them to do. But
sometimes the game glitches and they might actually still have you with the ball. You never know.
I believe it would have just been better to keep our timeout, but in this situation, you've got one timeout, you've got to attack some of these edges, but you got to make Miami break some coverage and make some mistakes here.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can make 60-yard field goals in this game, but we don't know the field goal range. And Miami's actually playing back. Lagway has a lot of space to roll out, but Ruben Bain was chasing him, hawking him down. And he only gets 8. I mean, if you're Picola Gator, you want to get it to at least the 30-yard line to kick a field goal. 30-yard line, get it in the middle, and try to win the game.
That play took about 12 seconds, so at this rate, it's going to, be a miracle here to kind of get down there. But obviously, they do have a timeout, but a play taking 12 seconds itself, not ideal.
35 seconds.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play.
Lagway has the slant. Wide open, Mizell to the 38-yard line.
They have the slant wide open, but I'm sure someone, anyone watching this game would have seen it, but that streak over the top, that safety bit a little bit, came down. He had the guy wide open, but more importantly, takes the safer slant and gets out of bounds. Florida rolling here.
Great play right there.
On 1st and 10 from the 38.
This place is getting noisy here. I mean, there is no stadium post, but this place is still loud, trying to knock Florida out of field goal range. 29 seconds left.
And a false start.
This Miami crowd trying to get as rowdy as they can. Try to push Florida back.
It wasn't even on the crowd, just an unforced error. Again, we've seen it a couple times from Miami, but these unforced errors is what could cost you.
29 seconds left here.
To the air. It's Lagway.
Let's see what Lagway does. Lagway's going to hit his zig route, Sturdivant, and they still have one timeout, so they're probably just going to go quick here. Clock's under 20. Stadium Pulse is back now. Lagway, 15 seconds. Dumps it off. It's broken up. Someone got a hand in there, but it's broken up. 3rd down and 11 now with 12 seconds left. And Florida's at the 39, so where Florida's at, they get a 56-yard field goal right now. But they don't want that. They want to get it closer, get as close as they can.
It would be a tough field goal at that point.
And they're going to motion the running back out. What will he try to do here? 12 seconds left.
Lagway just trying to do things at the line here, but obviously the crowd being so loud, can't hear him.
Lagway, 8 seconds left. Clock ticking down. Intercepted! It was tip drilled right into the defender's hands. The Miami defense held the door.
You have to be sick if you're Florida. I mean, that safety saw the slant, came down, that left that tight end a little bit open. It would have been a tough throw, but I think I would have took my chances instead of throwing the running back into, you know, kind of double coverage.
Now, if you're Miami, what are you going to do here? And we're going to bring in our sideline reporter. Hold on. I'll let you go, Hex. What were you going to say?
I think for Miami here, you know, maybe take it to overtime. You know, you could take a deep shot. Nothing, you know, nothing risky here, but, you know, maybe just take it to the overtime.
Yep, and we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Joker, here after this play. If considering Miami does not get a miracle, we'll bring him in again. See what will go down for overtime. 3-man rush. Beck's just going to dump it off, cut it upfield, and we are headed to overtime. So, Joker, what are we looking for in overtime?
Kind of better play calling. I feel like Gator had a guy crossing coming to his right down the field that would have easily put him in field goal range, and I guess it probably didn't see him, and it tried to just force something that he didn't really need to, and now got to execute in overtime.
First play of the first possession of
Yep, as we see, Florida starts with the ball first in overtime. They do swap around. Lagway. Oh, he overthrew the slant. That was bad. What a bad throw from DJ Lagway. You just can't have that happen in overtime at this moment of the game.
Yeah, the first time I think we've seen Lagway, you know, truly miss a throw, and you know it's a bad one. Just throws it way too high. You know, receiver just doesn't have that talent to jump.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
RPO, Brown breaks a tackle and he cuts it up and gets 3.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job.
And this is a huge 3rd down.
Only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Remember, Miami, they need to stop here because if Florida goes for the field goal, remember they missed one earlier. Uses the total shank.
I think if, you know, worst case scenario, you get it to the middle of the field, you take your field goal, you know, if you're Florida.
Here comes the zig. It is to the 4th and 4 now. And yeah, remember, well, never mind. I'm not going to say it again. It's just what it is. But Florida's going to go for it. They're not going to settle for a field goal.
They make plays and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches.
This is huge if Miami gets a stop.
The analytics, like our sideline reporter likes to point out, is this worth it? And it looks like it is.
Gotta get there, and he will.
He's reaching for it, you know, had it, but just reach for it just in case.
Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think a really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
1st and 10 from the 13.
Looking to throw on 1st down.
Lagway
He'll throw it.
dumps it to the tight end, Jackson. They're going to get 2.
Takes it to the 11.
Looked like he got way more than that, but no, only got 2.
But good job tackling, not allowing him to get the
I
first
believe he was just on a flat, so it would have just been towards the line of scrimmage.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first
2nd
down
and 8
without
here,
getting it
Florida.
into the end zone.
Looking for the score here.
This is where Florida has struggled in these, red zone situations, kind of, getting good results.
The Lagway rolling right,
And
he
Lagway
is
is
injured.
injured.
And he is hurt. He's down. DJ Lagway. So they're going to bring in a 2nd-string quarterback now.
Obviously not what you want in the big game moment, but I will say, Lagway's pretty good arm talent. I think he would have had a crossbody throw back over the middle towards the goalpost, if he's able to make that throw. But now it's Bailey.
And there's Harrison Bailey playing the Sun Bowl when he was at Louisville, transferred over from there.
Of course,
here he
is.
To the air, it's Bailey.
Harrison Bailey back to pass.
Looking to scramble.
Throws, receiver, Mizell.
And he
short.
Just makes
He
the mistake.
barely stepped out.
Leg cramps for
will
DJ
they
Lagway.
continue? And no, they will keep Harrison Bailey in the game. 4th and inches. And let's see here. Harrison Bailey, 4th and inches from the 3. Miami is really stacking that line of scrimmage. Toss. Ball.
He got him on the
Can he get
fake
to the
ball?
outside?
Yes,
and
he
he
can.
will. He made it.
Take the lead here in overtime.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line.
And now the PAT to come.
Feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is true.
Up and
they're
through.
on top by 7.
35-28, Florida. Here's Miami's turn.
Miami now, it's their time to respond.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown.
Let's see here.
Looking for room. It's
Fletcher.
Just-
Oh, he is man
just
immediately.
jumped the run. I mean, you saw that safety. That safety instantly came down to collapse, almost like he knew they were running the ball.
To make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Yep, and Miami does lose yards here to make it 2nd and 12.
That's kind of been the key to stopping Miami. Is kind of stopping Fletcher out of the backfield. They've had a couple successful deep passes. No shade on Beck, but he's definitely not been the star of the show here in
And the
Miami.
Hurricanes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
2nd and 12.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's back.
They rush 3. Beck
Throws
to the
it.
end zone. Overthrown.
Don't like that. I mean, tight ends caught a couple tough balls, but unforced. Had the guy on the drag and just threw that.
Definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he
Beck,
misses, and
you have to
probably
wonder,
a
maybe
good
it's
miss,
time to
'cause
put him on
that could've been
concussion
worse.
protocol. He's thrown a good amount of hospital type passes, and no wonder Miami's been a little bit hurt in this game.
Yep, as we see it is a 3rd and 12 now. Miami has 2 plays to get a first down here.
On third down, he drops.
They drop 8. Beck.
There it is.
Almost throws an
my
interception.
God.
It was batted down.
That would have been an overtime.
And now you just have one play. If you don't get it, the game is over.
Opportunities in the game. You got a
You know,
chance to take
18
points off
knew
the
it was going to
board,
go to
make a
7,
big
jumped
play,
it, and you just dropped it
couldn't
in
squeeze
the hands,
interception.
and
one
that's
of
not
the
what
plays
you
coaches
want.
come back to
But
and
it is
talk
4th and
about.
12.
Say,
It's
if we
going to
get
be a
this
little
big
bit
and
tough
we start
for
taking
Miami
this
to
the
get
other
it, but
direction,
we've seen heroics in, you know,
The biggest play of
games
the
like
game
these.
so
Here we
far.
go.
Going for it on fourth
Carson
down
Beck,
and
what do you
overtime.
got? 4th and 12.
He'll try to throw and pick
Beck,
up the first
here they
down.
come. Corner route. Caught it! Joseph! Touchdown, Miami!
They got it in, and now an extra point.
Now, what do you do here? Are you
I
going
think
for
we
the
gotta
win,
go
or
for two
are you
in this
going to the
game.
second
I think-
overtime?
I think take it to second overtime, be safe, you know, coming from someone who has lost it on an overtime, going for 2. I think being safe, take your 1, take it to overtime, give yourself more to fight, and great.
And here they come.
Beck
Miami
and the
is
offense
going for 2.
staying out. Maybe he wants to look at the defense, you know, maybe he has his own play.
They're not going to mess around. They'll
Here we go. Let's decide it right here in the Gardens.
When the sky falls.
Big play right here.
Beck talking to his receivers. A crowd quiet as a mouse, looking for cheese.
Back to pass. It's back.
Here we go for the win. Tight end catches it. Miami win.
And 18 on the ground. Sad. If you're Florida,
Miami beats Florida 36-35.
Florida had the chance to take this game away. 18 had the pick in his hands and he dropped it. I mean, you have to be beating yourself across the head. You know, that was the chance. That was the opportunity.
Big slime.
We saw 2 really good teams.
What a win for this Hurricanes team.
One of them came out on top.
Starting out strong.
Really good teams, and that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both
They
really
came back
You
from
know,
a
looked like the
deficit.
game was over. Oh wait, I'll let you talk. What?
They just came back from a big deficit and, you know, really, you know, for lack of a better word, just punched this Florida Gator straight in the chin.
This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this.
Just
Two
like
ranked
that.
opponents evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make
You
the
look.
plays
It
when
looked like the
matters
game
most?
was
You gotta
over
give
when it
this
was
team
4th and
credit.
12,
This is a
but
big win.
the ice in
It's
Carson
impressive.
Beck's veins.
Now they get to move
Miami
up the rankings.
with a really
That will put the wrap on things
nice
from here.
statement
For
win
David
over a
Pollack
really
and
good
Jesse Palmer,
opponent.
I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching
I mean, you
another
want to start off the
presentation
season the right
of
way.
EA Sports College Football.
349 yards for Carson Beck. And Lagway at 383. So both quarterbacks have a really bright future here this season. We're going to go down to the field for sideline interviews. We're going to start with the winning coach, Sauce. You got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, well, you just took down a really tough opponent. How are you feeling? I mean, a lot of momentum on your side now. How are you going to look to push in the season?
Yeah, great game. Picola, we've had a lot of classics throughout just various leagues in here. And this one kind of went the way it usually does, coming down to the last play. I felt like we had some chances early on we didn't capitalize on. And we were able to, you know, grind our way back into it. And we hit some deep plays there with the passing game. And yeah, we just went for it there for 2. Thought about calling a timeout. I was trying to hot route. I thought about running the ball, but ultimately made the right decision.
All right, on that 4th and 12, what was going through your mind? You know, last play potentially, but
Just
instead you
super
scored.
slimy.
What's
Super slimy. We had to hit him with the that deep route there. Honestly, just kind of, you know, Brett Favre'ing it out there at the end. We got it done. We threw a lot of risky throws out there. But Carson Beck at the U, and yeah, Heisman favorite.
All right. Your defense played really well. I mean, they held the door. Florida had 2 chances to get a field goal, but instead, your defense got 2 picks.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
You know, Pete Cole and I, we played a lot, and he'll probably tell you this too. Felt real comfortable with him trying to kick a field goal. I felt that was going to play into our favor, and to force him into those situations. Yeah, we just kind of had to start. Once we stopped the RPO there late, we could really get going on defense. Just trying to find something. First game playing with this team, play calling was, it could be better, but we just got to fill out the playbook, and I think we got a good shot at doing some good things.
All right. Well, congratulations on your win. Let's turn it to Hex now.
I've got a couple questions for you. You were down, I think maybe just a touchdown, maybe 2 at that point. What was kind of the idea? Your team fought back. What was kind of this, changes you had to make? Obviously, Fletcher kind of was the main point of your offense. So, and it was kind of getting stopped. So, what was the idea, kind of switching over?
We just had to take what the defense gave us. We found some things that worked. The fumble there at the goal line, that recovery was, I think, a big momentum swing for us. And we just had to hang in there, They say Carson Beck was washed, and he was just awful early in the game, and I think he pulled through there at the end.
Now, another question is, we kind of saw it from both of y'all's teams, but is there any concern about maybe this team's health? Or, saw a lot of, maybe not big injuries like, torn ACLs things, but just minor things that, will tend to add up. Or is there any concerns, maybe for this health and, training facility?
No concerns. Not worried. No worries. I'm not worried. I know what I'm about to do.
All right. That's all I had for you.
All right, let's go to the other coach, Pete Gator. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So that was a tough way to lose. What do you think you could have done better in order to win the game?
Make a field goal.
Oh, that's fair enough.
No, I think the field goal and the fumble cost me the game.
Yeah, the fumble. Sure. I forgot about the fumble. Yeah, that was a really big momentum. DJ Lagway got hurt. Are you gonna try? What are you gonna do to try to keep your players healthy throughout the season?
I guess he can't take a single hit. That run that he had, a big run he had when he got down to the goal line, got him hurt. I don't want to get my quarterback hurt. I don't want to run him, but sometimes you got to do it,
Yep. So, what are you gonna be looking forward in the season? There's got 3 more, I believe, 3 more out of conference games. So yeah, what are you gonna look for as season progresses?
Just work on the playbook. I'm used to running custom playbooks, so I gotta nail down the playbook I like and start working on that.
All right. Well, that's all I got. So, X.
First loss of the season, especially in the first game, is never a tough thing. Does this put any hamper, maybe in the plans to be an SEC champion, make the playoffs, anything of the sort? Does this kind of make you want to take a different approach, or is this just going to, maybe keep doing what you do best?
Well, like I said, I got to work on the playbook, but I'm not worried. We'll be in the playoffs.
I think it was kind of the same question I asked, Miami coach, especially on your side, the one guy, I don't know the corner's name, but he got injured, and with Bruce Sternum and was, out for the rest of the game. Any concerns for, your team's, physical ability?
I don't know. I haven't played too many games on this new game, but that was brutal, man. Injuries like every drive for both teams.
All right, that's all I have for you.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap it
up.
Got Thank you guys.
Head out.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, shout out to the whole West End, West Side, Zone 4, Booker T, Washington. You know the deal. North Side Drive.
All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another presentation of the HPL College Football League. Miami starts off the season with a win in overtime against Florida. Stay tuned for week 1. 3 more game of the weeks coming up. I am DeJuan McMurray alongside Hex. Congratulations to Miami. We are signing off.